Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, California Weather Watch. Today's July 2nd. Right now we're looking at the visible satellite imagery here. If you look closely, you can see the blues and the purples here off the coast of California. Very chilly water out there, even below normal here, but it's usually pretty chilly across much of the state of California. Got this cold water current working down out of the north and the northwest. Helps keep this persistent marine layer right along the coastline there as well. You can see the remnant circulation there from Adrian. It doesn't have much deep convection with it anymore. You can kind of see it's moving out over cooler water here, so that system is definitely on the wane here if it's not already completely dead. You can just kind of see the remnant circulation, not a big deal anymore. Check out these eddies moving down across some of the islands here. Pretty interesting feature here. It goes 18 satellite imagery, never disappoints, and you can kind of see that marine layer banked up against some of the hills there right by Santa Barbara, for example. I mean, the detail on the satellite imagery is really nice. You can also look across the desert areas and just see everybody just kind of baking out there already here in the early morning sunshine. This is looking at high temperature forecast. Check out Redding 111, Chico 108, Sacramento 107. If you want to beat the heat, of course, get out towards the coastline, San Francisco and Eureka there. Mid 60s and lower 70s. Very nice in comparison. Check out Monday's highs here. San Diego, California. Look at Palm Springs and Thermal. Just ridiculous. 115, 116. And of course, if you want to beat the heat, get out to the coastline there. This is the hot holiday weekend here. Las Vegas National Weather Service. Very warm temperatures incoming. A little bit of a downtrend there for Tuesday as you go down to 107. Still quite hot. Look at Lake Havasu. 120 degrees tomorrow. This is the excessive heat warning out there for Phoenix as well. Look at some of these temperatures up towards 117 degrees, including the desert areas out there. Here we go, high temperatures for Reno. Very warm out there also. A little bit of a drop off here as we go through midweek here, but you can see South Lake Tahoe as well, pretty warm, 87 degrees, dropping back down towards the lower 80s through midweek. Snow melt and flooding concerns. Still got about 2.7 inches of water across the higher terrain, average across the entire state here, so watch out for that increased snow melt with these warming temperatures there. This is looking at something the National Weather Service Los Angeles put out, and you can kind of see the marine there really affecting the temperatures right along the immediate coastline there. So actually a little bit below average temperatures along the coast and above average if you go inland. Here we go, daily max 2-meter temperature here on the National Blended Models today. Another very warm day across the region here. Look at Death Valley here showing some greens, possibly up towards 125 today. This is for tomorrow. You notice a little bit of a downtrend there. And as we go on in through the 4th of July, still quite hot across the valley and the desert areas here, but at least a little bit cooler. And then by Wednesday, Thursday, check it out. We're dropping things down a little bit here. We're going to show you in a moment here. The trough on the weather model maps is going to be responsible for that little bit of a cool down coming up here. And as you see, it suppresses the temperatures a bit here as we go through July. At least no more 110 degree readings here, although still pretty warm. This is looking at composite reflectivity, what the Doppler radar may look like here over the next few days. The NAM12Z run here, the 3 km, does show the potential for a little bit, maybe an isolated thunderstorm across some of the higher terrain there. Not too big of a deal, maybe across some of eastern Nevada there as well. Going in through Monday, maybe northern Nevada here, but the big takeaway from here is not much precipitation expected. Maybe a thunderstorm or two across central Nevada here. But again, no sign of the monsoon right now. We'll take a look at that here in the extended forecast also. This is San Francisco. You can see that thermal trough moving up the coastline there. The very warm temperatures aloft. However, the proximity to the Pacific Ocean keeps those temperatures much cooler there at the surface, even compared to what temperatures you got going on there 2,000-3,000 feet above the atmosphere. This would be the surface. You're looking at 2,500 feet, 5,000 feet and 10,000 feet at the top of this chart. This is for Sacramento. You can see these very warm afternoons on July 2nd, probably peaking there. July 3rd and July 4th is still quite warm, but definitely cooling down a bit. This is looking at the European ensemble run here, ensemble control. So this is kind of showing you the ridge here across southwest portions of the USA. And you kind of see it hanging out, flattens out a little bit as that system passes by. But you'll see kind of this troughing carving out on the backside of this ridge over the Gulf of Alaska, and it wants to bring some more troughing here across the state of California. That would suppress those temperatures here. So I know a lot of people will like to hear that. Maybe keep it down below average here, at least through portions of early and mid-July here coming up, I should say. Let's take a look at that at 5,000 feet, the European run. This is last night's version. You can see that above average temperatures aloft here, but then you'll see that high allow for this next troughing to come down over the area here. And we're talking about the end of next week coming up here. So, yeah, at least it's something, right? I mean, temperature getting kind of ridiculous here, and they're going to peak probably today across much of the area. This is looking at GFS, total precipitation in inches. And let's update this. The model is running as we speak right now. So let's put this into motion. And the main thing you're going to take away from here, maybe a couple isolated thunderstorms here across the Sierra Nevada or central Nevada. GFS not bullish on that precipitation though, but you'll notice there's just no sign of the monsoon across Arizona here. Now we're scrolling out to 100 hours and somebody just turned off the precipitation maker here across the area. And you get a little bit of activity trying to show up here as you go through the 144-hour plus period. But really, the monsoon is not showing much activity here through 200 hours. And sometimes, that monsoon can reach out towards the desert areas of California and Las Vegas as well. But right now, it's just really suppressed. This is looking at total precipitation. This is the European, and this goes through 144 hours. Pretty similar picture here. Maybe a straight thunderstorm across some of the Northern California or the Sierra Nevada here, but not much for the monsoon. And there's that 6 to 10 day precipitation probability outlook here. Clearly showing the lack of moisture there, an 8 to 14 day as well. This goes all the way through June 15th. 6 to 10 day temperature probability outlook, though. Look at that. That's welcome relief for a lot of people there across the state of California, even intruding into Nevada a little bit here with that troughing, keeping things suppressed a bit. And this is that snow water equivalent across the higher terrain. Entire state average about 2.7 inches, about 85th percentile here. Many years we're already completely melted out in these recording locations there for the higher terrain. So anyway, yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying that weather out there. If you want to beat the heat, you guys know where to go. Get up to the coastline here. And yeah, so I hope you guys are liking these videos. We'll talk again tomorrow, and I'll see you guys then.